Hello there.
Hi, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's the place of dreams. If you are a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers like I am, and you've never been to Pittsburgh yourself, it is exactly like you imagine. All the dreams you may have, all the visions you have in your head of the beautiful skyline, it is exactly as you think. This past week, I went to Pittsburgh for the first time in my life. I am 17 years old now. I've been a Pittsburgh fan my entire life. Love the Steelers with all my heart. Never stepped foot in Three River Stadium, Heinz Field, Acrisure. Never been to Pittsburgh at all. I spent hundreds of hours looking at that city, watching the games, yet I had never actually been there. So, to go to Pittsburgh for the first time was surreal, as surreal as it gets. It was beautiful. The amount of nature and city was actually pretty impressive. When you think of cities, you probably think of things like New York. Cities where it's like all skyline, all skyscrapers, steel. And for Pittsburgh being the steel city, it had an exceptional amount of nature. There were trees just as much as there were skyscrapers. And it all just felt right. Everything felt like it was in the right place. The bridges were definitely the most beautiful part of Pittsburgh. And I think probably the best part of entering Pittsburgh for the first time was the tunnel. So to go into Pittsburgh, I don't know if this is the same way for every way coming into Pittsburgh, but the way that we came in, you have to go into a tunnel lined with yellow lights that goes through a hill or a mountain. And when you come out of that tunnel, you are blasted by the entire Pittsburgh skyline. You can see everything. In fact, one of the first things you see is the North Shore, which has Acrisure Stadium, which has the Pirates Stadium on it. And oh my gosh, it's surreal seeing that thing for the first time. Oh my. And once you go onto North Shore, you go right around Acrisure Stadium. You go right around it, and it's just right there. Something that's been so far, so unreachable your entire life. Something you haven't personally been able to go and see yet. For it to be right beside you was amazing. Now, as you'll see with the videos that I overlay on top of me speaking, I went with my family, my mother's side, and we went and toured the stadium. There was an ultimate tour for the stadium where you could see the stadium. They gave us a tour of the outside. You could see the VIP seats. We actually got to see the locker room too, which was pretty neat, and the field itself. We got to step on the field. Now, they were working on it. Obviously, there's a game coming up this Saturday for the Pittsburgh Panthers, the college that also plays on Acrisure Stadium. But it was pretty darn neat stepping on the field that once again I have ran thousands of yards on in Madden, that I've watched Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, Troy Polamalu, Ben Roethlisberger. Everyone I've seen on that field, it's just so surreal. It really is. There's nothing like it. So they give you, I'm going to show you here. They gave you this little tour pass. And that was the first tour. The second tour was the Hall of Honor Museum, which was this bad boy. It's for some reason, I think it was because of, they said NFL policy, you aren't able to take videos inside of the museum. But it's just a museum covering all of Steelers history, and I mean all of it, from the beginning to the end, to present day, and it is amazing. Whenever you go in, they show you a quick 14-minute video recapping pretty much every decade coming up to present day once again, and seeing plays like the Immaculate Reception beside plays with Antonio Brown in them is also very, not humbling, but like, I don't exactly know the word for it. It's just a beautiful thing. It's like everything that happened then has led up to today. And it has happened in beautiful order. We learned about, Chuck Noll, great coaches, Tomlin, Bill Cowher. We learned about Terry Bradshaw, things I mostly already knew, but it was beautiful to recap and relearn some things that I hadn't seen before. When we went on the tour, we were allowed to take pictures. We weren't allowed to take videos. So I took pictures of some of the different alternate jerseys that we had in the past. I didn't realize that the current Steelers Color Rush jersey was based so literally on one of our first jerseys. And that's a cool realization that I had made. And yeah, it was just beautiful city. The Steelers weren't even, they were the best part of it, I'm not gonna lie. But I liked walking around the city, actually. I liked walking around North Shore. We walked around the bridges, and one of the best things about Pittsburgh is the people. I had a football with me. I was wearing my Minka Fitzpatrick jersey and had a terrible towel, had everything. Because it's Pittsburgh, I had to bring all the stuff I've been collecting so long on such a beautiful city. And to just be there, I wanted to bring all the stuff I could, and I did my best. And so I had this football with me while I was out there, and I was just tossing around with my brothers. And there was a dude on the boat in the Allegheny River beside the North Shore. There's like a sidewalk, kind of like a boardwalk, ish. And just directly beside it, no guardrail, water, river. And so there were boats like docked, and some of them were out. And one of the docked boats, the dude, probably half drunk, but he was like, "Hey, pass the ball." And I passed it. He caught it, put it over his head, rolled it down his back, caught it. I think he wanted me to be impressed, and I probably wasn't impressed enough. Then threw me a ball that landed at my feet, but I still caught it because I'm him. But it's just interactions like that. Beautiful. I love that. And also, whenever I had my football, we were traveling in the city. We traveled across one of the bridges, and we're walking along a sidewalk that was busy, really busy. Tons of small businesses and, mom and pop shops. Whenever they say Pittsburgh is made of blue-collar workers, they are not lying. Everybody there is working for every penny that they earn, but they're doing it with a smile on their face, and they're doing it with passion. They're doing what they love. And so whenever I was walking along the street, another guy asked me to pass to him, and whenever he passed it back, sure, my brother intercepted it from me. But it was pass interference, so it doesn't count. That guy literally sucks. Screw Tay. So, but yeah, I just wanted to recap real quick, kind of share with you the views that I had seen, and tell you a little bit about Pittsburgh from my perspective. I think Pittsburgh is my city. It's a beautiful thing to be able to say that a place is your home without having to ever live there. Hell, I didn't even really need to be there often to know, like, it's gonna be my home someday. I will get there. That is my goal above all others, get to Pittsburgh. And yeah, it's beautiful to have a goal like that, something that will not change. But thank you for watching. Please consider liking the video and subscribing as well if you're feeling so daring. My name is Star Wars Savage, or DeAndre, and I'll see you in the next one, folks.